Yes, people. Big up to every single one of you that's locked in, man. Make sure we are liking, make sure we are subscribing, man. We are on the road to 1.7K, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the road to 1.7K, man. Make sure we're liking, subscribing. And of course, the major milestone, as you can see right below me, the major milestone is 2K, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you are liking, make sure you're subscribing, man. Showing some love to the channel. Showing some love to the channel. We're back for another live scene talking about a lot of transfer news. That's the main talking point. I know there's a lot of other controversial news out there, but we will be sticking to the football, sticking to the transfer news. Nico Williams, Neto on the transfer list, Toney, strikers, Osimhen, what do you call it? Some another young Brazilian. A lot of players we'll be talking about. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, show some love to the channel, man. Big up to Israel. Big up Ziad in the chat. Tony coming My United. His agent said he only wants My United. That's a part of the Tony talk as well. Does he even want Chelsea? Is it gonna be? Is it gonna take long to get Tony? Is it gonna? Are we gonna have to persuade him a lot? Give him a massive wage pay rise? Because apparently that's what he wants. We'll see. We'll see. Um, Prime, listen, that's always be Ziyech's number. That will always be Ziyech's number, okay? Always be Ziyech's number. Yeah. Quanta clear of Euro Donny. Maybe. You never know. Listen, they're getting gassed up, but they're giving that guy 130K a week. He was never gonna reject. Big up to every single one of you that's locked in, man. Make sure we are liking, subscribing. Big up to you, AK. Big up to Warrior. Todd B, man. I'm trying to get my best to get Nico Williams deal done. Chelsea fans, but it's hard because we have no UCL football and Bali's. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Todd B, bro. Big up to every single one of you. Big up to you, Abdamas Prime. Alaikum salam, Habibi. How are you? Big up to Abraham. Big up to every single one that's locked in. Make sure you're like, subscribing. Big up to Hassam. This is football. Make sure you guys are like, subscribing, man. Show some love to the channel. Show some love to the channel, man. We are on the road to 1.7K. We're on the road to 2K, the major milestones, man. So make sure you're like, subscribing. This is that Brazilian guy that you guys were talking about. The Brazilian guy Gabriel Mek is a cam that can play left wing. He's 17 years old. Chelsea want to finalize the deal for Gabriel Mek by the end of the week. So another youngster that Chelsea are targeting. Another youngster that Chelsea are targeting. Some people will be pissed off about that. Some people will be pissed off about that. Some people won't be happy. Rivals will start mocking us. But I think at the end of the day, it's just what Chelsea are trying to do. They're trying to get the big talent early. They are trying to get the big talent early. Yeah, the major talent early, the Brazilians. We've really seen it with Esteval. We're really seen it with Paez. That's what Chelsea are trying to do. They want to get the big Brazilians and the big signings early. So people can shit on it, but at the end of the day, this is probably what the fans wanted Roman to do years ago. This is probably what fans wanted Roman to do years ago. Sign the upcoming players before we have to pay expensive. Because Esteban now in a couple of years, God knows what he's going to cost. Paez in a couple of years, what's he going to cost? And then Chelsea will get criticised for never going for these kind of players and never targeting them in the first place and getting them when they're 17 or 18, yeah, and when they're playing in the Brazilian league. So that's what Chelsea are trying to do. I don't think it affects our first team too much. I've always believed that we've got a separate budget. We've got a separate budget for Chelsea main team, first team, um, and Chelsea upcoming players and academy players and players that are gonna be playing for us in a couple of years. I feel like it's a separate budget. Chelsea are definitely not done this summer. We've signed a couple players, only a couple players. This is Warro Donny. What do you call it? What's his name? What's his name? Gooey, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Gooey that we signed that Gooey striker. Um, KDH, of course. Drewsbury Hall, of course. We signed Vega, left back, who can play, of course, left back, left centre back, DM apparently. We've signed a couple players, but Chelsea are not done. We still are looking for a striker, hence the Tony news. Osimhen still out there, and of course we are looking for a left winger. Nico Williams is still on the list. Apparently, our dream signing. Um, Chelsea up. One thing you can say about Chelsea and Nico Williams is that it's nothing based off the Euros. Of course, the Euros helped Nico Williams, but Chelsea have been scouting him for at least I know for since last season at Birmingham. I don't want to say longer than last season, but he was definitely on the list last summer when we were looking at wingers. He was on the list last summer, so you can tell Chelsea have had interest in him for a bit, but Barcelona are still about. Barcelona are still about, man. Barcelona's still about. But big up to you guys, man. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing. N.Williams, I will try for him. Chelsea fans, I promise. Gary Neville's a fraud. Gary Neville can hold that. Gary Neville can hold that. I actually need to add that Kucurella picture to my StreamYard because that Kucurella has proved a lot of people wrong. We've spoken about Kucurella for a while, yeah? About he's got a lot of disrespect. He's got a lot, not even from rivals. Rivals, you can expect it. It doesn't really matter. But Chelsea fans alone. Chelsea fans at the game, at the stadium, booing Kucurella, not giving him a chance, wanting him out of the club, picking Chilwell over him. You've got people like Gary Neville, pundits, publicly embarrassing him, trying to embarrass him, saying he's a weak link for Spain, only for him to be performing one of the best players in the tournament and getting the assist for the winning goal. So you've got to big up Kucurella. He's coming back to Chelsea on a massive high. Deserves to be our starting left back. And yeah, he's proved a lot of people wrong. A lot of people wrong. Big up to Total Eclipse. Big up to you, brother. Guys, smash the likes button, man. We're on the road to 1.7k, man. Make sure you like, subscribing. And of course, the major milestone is 2k, ladies and gentlemen. Is 2k, ladies and gentlemen. Big up to you, Habibi JJ Ash. Habibi Ashraf. Kifak. Like, subscribe, people. Like and subscribe, man. Like and subscribe. People, like and subscribe, man. Let's get the algorithm up, yeah? Let's get this stream out to a lot of Chelsea fans, even rivals. Let's get it out for them, man. Let's get this news out for everyone. Yeah? Tonight, 12:20 in the morning. Yeah? Let's get this stream out to a lot of Chelsea fans. But we can start off with Mr. Ivan Toney. What I will say on Ivan Toney is that it's not something that's gone public yet. And no, before anyone says, oh my God, ITK, all that. No, I'm no ITK, none of that. Okay. What I will say is on Ivan Toney is that apparently Chelsea do have interest in him. Okay, Chelsea do have interest in him, in Ivan Toney. There's a lot of things to take in consideration when it comes to Ivan Toney. This is just news I've heard from ITKs. Yeah. In terms of the Ivan Toney situation, that he wants to move, of course. Brentford wouldn't mind necessarily selling him. But in terms of Chelsea, it's more of, does the player really want to join Chelsea? We say that because he's got other options, of course. And some people were saying Man United, but I think Man United are out of the race right now, especially after they've just signed Zertsky. He's out of the race. Of course, Kim So, Ivan Toney is definitely, probably right now, would be my top option, as I've said many times. But what I will say is, Chelsea, apparently Toney doesn't necessarily want Chelsea. He doesn't want Chelsea. He's got other preferences in the Premier League other than Chelsea. Obviously, he would he would join Chelsea over staying at Brentford, of course. But he doesn't ideally see Chelsea as the right move for him for some reason, apparently. In terms of him as a player, of course, 40 million, 45 million, I think is a very good deal. Premier League experience in the prime of his career. I feel like he's eager to show what he's about, especially after being banned for that long. Especially after being banned for that long, he's dying to show what he's about, prove a lot of people wrong. He came on a couple of times in the Euros, have done okay, nothing special. But yeah, the main stumbling point is his wages, apparently. Right now, Ivan Toney at Brentford is not earning a lot of money. Yeah, he's not earning a lot of money. We can say that for certain. I believe it's nothing more than 30k a week. Nothing more than 30k, 36k a week. That's what it's some sort. One website says 36k, the other says 20k. So obviously, he's not. Apparently he's obviously not on a lot of money. So Chelsea would obviously give him that pay rise, Kim. So obviously, I'm sure Chelsea would be happy with giving him that 100k. 100k, I think Chelsea would be fine with. But apparently, Ivan Toney is asking for crazy money. Apparently, Ivan Toney is asking for crazy money. Yeah, like no one said the number, but they've just said it's crazy high. So it could be 250, 300. It could be. No one knows. And if he's he's going towards the end of his career. It probably is his last big contract. So you can understand it from his point of view. But at the end of the day, like, let's be real, man. No one's gonna give you that 250, 300k a week. No one's gonna actually give you that money. I don't feel. No one's gonna give you that money. Um, no one's going to give you that money. So Tony's going to have to make a decision. Does he want to stay at Brentford, or does he want to make that step up that he's always wanted to make? If we're being honest, he's always wanted to make that step up. He's always wanted to go up higher than Brentford. So this is a top six club coming in for you in Chelsea. Do you want to join, or are you gonna price yourself out of a move? Yeah, you're going to price yourself out of a move, because this is what Ivan Toney will be doing. He'll be pricing himself out of a move. Yeah, he'll be pricing himself out of a move. If he sits here and rejects Chelsea because of the wages and ends up staying in Brentford, then he's got no one to blame. Then he's got no one to blame but himself. Then he's got no one to blame but himself. If he's sitting there pricing himself out of a move, then he's got no one else to blame. In terms of Ivan Toney, I'm sure a lot of Chelsea fans would take him. I feel like he can link up play quite well. He's got a good scoring record. But even his penalties, I know we've got Palmer, but this guy's penalties as well. Very good penalty taker. His contract does expire literally next June, so there's a very high chance Ivan Toney will be leaving Brentford this season. Very high chance. Um, very high chance he leaves this season. Just getting his stats up, see what his kind of goal scoring record is. There we go. Yeah, he definitely will be. If his contract expires next season, then he definitely will be. He definitely will be leaving this season. 100%. 100% leaving this season. Um, where is it? Tony should go to United. Then these fools overpay. I mean, I don't see him go to United really. With Hoyland there, Zerkski there, like, is he really going to go to United? I don't think so. Um, Apparently, Tottenham are maybe what do you call it? Tottenham are involved. Liverpool may be involved, maybe still United, but I don't know if that's even a realistic move anymore. Come on, they've just signed a striker. They've got Hoyland already. That's already two strikers. Is he really going to go there and go to Man United as well? Tony's coming actually. You sure, bruv? Are you absolutely sure about that? Are you absolutely sure about that? Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Can never be too certain. Trust me on that. You should never be certain. Um, this is the thing. Like, in my opinion, Ivan Toney is my number one choice. I'm taking Ivan Toney over Osimhen, 100%. 100%. I'm taking Ivan Toney over Osimhen. Osimhen is still on the radar. Let's see. So obviously last season he had that massive ban, right? Obviously last season he had that massive ban, which is why he's only got 4 goals and only played 17 games. But the season before, 33 games, 20 goals and 4 assists. And then the season before that, 12 goals. Championship, of course, the guy got crazy numbers. Crazy numbers. 31 goals in 45 games in the Championship. League One, 24 goals. So the guy is bloody proven in the Premier League. He's proven he's used to English football. Here we go, Nacionally, bro. Okay, man. All right, mate. All right, mate. We are Man United. We can get anybody. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, in terms of Ivan Toney, I definitely would be going for him. All at the end of the day, as it's been so far, the story of Chelsea's window has been wages. Osimhen has been the wages. Toney looks like it could be wages. Elise, I feel it came down to wages. There's nothing much Chelsea can do in terms of that. What you gonna call it? But yeah, Osimhen, what do you call it? Heavily linked currently to PSG. Heavily linked to PSG. Yeah, heavily linked Chelsea to PSG. But Chelsea are, Fabrizio said many times, Chelsea are not going to pay what they're asking for. Yeah, Chelsea will not be paying what Osimhen or Napoli want. 120 million euros and 12 million a year, all that stuff. The conditions of the deal has to change, as Fabrizio says. The condition of the deal has to change for Chelsea to come back. Yeah, it's simple as that. Manchester United interest signing Tosin on a free agent this summer. Bro, my United, we can get anybody. Okay, brother. Here we go, Nacho. Well done, mate. So we are not getting Osimhen or N.Williams. We are finished. He's a joke. Yeah, I was gonna say Sinek. I know you wouldn't be thinking like that. I know Sinek wouldn't be thinking like that. Not Osimhen. No, first of all, Osimhen can still happen, and N.Williams can still happen. You never bloody know. But what I do want to say is big up to my bloody lovely guest, Mr. Andrew. Mr. Andrew, how are we, sir? How are we?
I'm fine. How are you, mate? You all good?
Long time. I need to be more active on making streams. Even though Chelsea bore the life out of me, I'm happy Euros is over. Chelsea's transfer news can finally kickstart. You know, oh bloody hell, can it still happen? You never know, man. You never know. But in terms of Ivan Toney, quickly, apparently listen. This doesn't come out in the public. I've just seen a couple ITKs. One of them is quite reliable. Talking about how Ivan Toney is on the Chelsea list. But the issue we could have is A, his wages, and B, he may not see as Chelsea as a first option. He may prefer Liverpool. Chat is telling me apparently United and Tottenham are involved. So in terms of Ivan Toney, does he interest you? Would you give him the high wages? Would you? I think the price for in terms of Brentford will be cheap, because apparently they want to get rid of him and whatnot, and his contract expires next season.
Yeah, it's about 40 million or something. It's about cut in half from last summer during his ban. Yeah, I'd pay for him. Whatever wages you want to give him, fine if he accepts. Yeah, I see it as a no-brainer. Toney might be just someone who moves right at the end of the window when people are desperate.
Because there's no way he stays, right? I don't see he stays.
I don't believe he'll stay, no. But what I'm saying is it might be one where he starts the season at Brentford, but then moves like a couple of days before the transfer window ends because people are desperate for a striker.
So you don't think he's high on the list then? Because I think he should be high on a lot of clubs' lists.
I think he should as well. I think he should as well. But for some reason, he's not. He's there. He's there waiting. He's 40 million. I know Sam would like Toney at Liverpool, but they don't seem interested. Spurs, they just signed Timo Werner on loan for about 160 grand a week. I'm not sure they're going to shell out another big wages for a striker. Manchester United, like you said, they just bought Xerxes, but Højlund, would they? Maybe. Arsenal aren't going for him. City won't go for him. So, yeah, I think he's right there. I mean, it really depends, doesn't it? I don't know how much he's asking for. I mean, there was a thing about, I know people are like so focused on, we're only going to pay 150 grand, but there was also reports come out that they would pay for whoever if they felt they were worth it. And I feel he would be worth it, even if it's for 2-3 years. Something like that, just that he is Premier League proven. Yeah, so I would definitely. I mean, I'm an advocate for Toney over Osimhen. Not saying Osimhen's a bad player. I've just seen Toney play more. So I always go back to a performance Ivan Toney did against Liverpool at Anfield. No, he didn't score, but just his overall game was very good. He literally had, I think it was Matip and Van Dijk. Like they both had to try and mark him. So he can do all facets of the game, really. He's very, very underrated, I think. Take free kicks as well.
His penalties are a joke.
No, but we've already got penalty take, haven't we?
Yeah. Listen, apparently then what they're saying is that he doesn't just want a pay rise because his guy's wages is about 30k right now at Brentford.
Right,
so but he wants apparently 250. The person that said it is he doesn't even want to say the number. Is that ridiculous? It's probably a bare minimum 200.
But even if we went 150, 180, you go to him, we're offering you 6 times what you're making. Do you know what I mean? You're not we're not offering you 100k, we're offering you 150, 180, whatever. But even if you offer 150, that's 5 times what you're making. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll add incentives like your goal bonus will be off the chart. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you want more, get the goals, isn't it?
I'm definitely agree with you in terms of I'm definitely taking Ivan Toney over Osimhen. I just think he's more of a complete striker than Osimhen is. I generally still have concerns over Osimhen, who's heavily linked to PSG right now. Apparently PSG are really stepping up their interest. But I just think Ivan Toney, I think they're both good in the air. You could say Osimhen is better in the air, but I don't see things that Osimhen can do that Toney can't, right? Where I
Right.
think on the ball, I think Toney's better. Link up play. Don't forget um, at Brentford he plays basically a two striker, almost a two striker with Brentford. So his link up play is good, his passing is good, his finishing on the floor is good. He doesn't have to rely on crossing. But of course in the air he's quite tall, he's quite physical. And he's cheaper in terms of the fee as well. I mean, Osimhen, unless they bring out the deal, I don't see it happening. Sunak saying here they're gonna bloody play 100 million for Osimhen and 70 million for Neves. I mean, PSG, their owners are on something, but at the same time, Abdimas thinks that what do you call it? We're gonna eventually get Osimhen, which could happen, because at the end of the day, he's gonna leave. I think he's gonna leave, and PSG will just have to lower the asking price. He's gonna have to probably lower his asking price as well in terms of wages, because
I
if
thought though
PSG
that they
accept the
had
deal,
to. I thought that they had to get rid of like one of Moani or Ramos first.
well, I mean, it looks like they're going in heavily on Osimhen without any
I
news
know they
on
might
the
go
other
in, but
two.
I thought they had to get rid of like one of Moani or Ramos because they spent like combined 150 million on both of them.
That's
So.
ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. How they're both flops. Big up to you, Terrell, man. Hope you'll do well, brother. But yeah, it says here, look, Paris Saint-Germain have Osimhen's green light to projects that move. Work in progress on contract details. Negotiations between PSG and Napoli are now key part of the story. Not easy.
No,
Yes,
because De Laurentiis is a very
yes.
tough negotiator, and
But good news for us is that if Osimhen does leave Napoli, their number one option is Lakaka, which is good for us. And if they're going to get that big price for Osimhen, that 38 million for Lukaku should not be anything. It shouldn't be a lot for us. But in terms of what Abdemas was saying, in terms of the price coming down, that's the only way the deal comes in for Chelsea. Is if it's Napoli lower the wage, no, sorry, the asking price, and Osimhen lowers his wage demands. Because is he really going to price himself out of a move? It's the same way as Toney and Osimhen. The way you said, like, Toney can sit and ask for 300k or 250k all you want, but at the end of the day, we're still giving you 6 times, a pay rise, giving you a better move to Chelsea, a big club that you've always wanted, or you're going to sit there and say, you know what, no, you're not giving that money. I'll just stay at Brentford and 30k. That's completely up to you. The same with
yeah,
Osimhen. Do you want to leave, join Chelsea, who apparently Osimhen really is really a fan of joining Chelsea, or you're going to sit there and be stubborn about that 300k? So I think in terms of that, they're in the same boat.
plus PSG are about to spend like 70 million on Neves. Like I said, I think they still have to get rid of one of Moani and Ramos, and I don't think they're going to have any takers for him. Especially they're not going to get their money back from Moani. They spent 90 million on him.
Would you go in for him?
Moani,
Yeah.
not what I've seen at PSG this season or the Euros. And same for Ramos. He got 60, so I wouldn't
Ramos
go
doesn't
anyone.
matter. I don't think Ramos is going to play the game in Portugal. Bloody hell. We're leaving with something, exactly. We're definitely getting something. I don't see us signing another Gooey type striker, or however you say his name. I think we're going to sign someone that makes a statement.
Napoli are going to be tough with PSG because PSG tried to sign Kvaratskhelia as well this summer, I remember. So and they got him unsettled, and Napoli put a stop to that. So they're not going to go easy on them in the negotiations. So.
Yeah, but I do think we could get someone that's going to make a statement. I don't see us signing another upcoming. We're going to sign, of course, upcoming players. I think that left winger spot, that another Brazilian we're linked to. But in terms of striker, someone that can work with Jackson or someone that can challenge Jackson, I do think it could be Osimhen or Ivan Toney. Alvarez, who apparently people are not rating all of a sudden. They're saying if you're gonna bring in Alvarez, you might just play Nkunku up front. I think that's a silly thing to say because I think Alvarez's finishing is quite significantly better than Nkunku, and I do think I said Ziyech because the bridge just absolutely Ahmed. Appreciate Ahmed for the raid, and he made me say Ziyech up front. You know what? If Ziyech can play up front, why not? If Ziyech wants to play up front, I mean, listen.
I don't think we're going to go near Argentinian players for a bit. That's all.
Oh shit! Is he Brazilian?
Alvarez, no, he's Argentinian.
Oh, I meant the winger. Yeah.
Oh, the winger's Brazilian. What Mecca, whatever his name is.
Yeah. You okay? So you think that Alvarez the Enzo?
I don't think for two reasons. I don't think we're going to pay 80 or 90 million for him. And second, I think they're going to ward off signing any more Argentinians for a bit. That's all.
You think that's actually a thing?
Could be. Everyone loves PR, good PR. So and we've already got trouble with the one we've got outside of football. So I'm not too sure we will go near an Argentinian this summer.
Wow, interesting.
Not a well-known Argentinian player anyway.
Well, in terms of the price of him, like I've heard 70 to 80. Like I'm paying, let's just say 75 million for Alvarez instead of like 100 for Osimhen. In my opinion, I would rather pay 75 or hopefully 70 million for Alvarez instead of 100 or 40 million for Toney than 100 million for Osimhen. I'm seriously not convinced on Osimhen. I don't know why. The guy scares me. The guy I could just see him failing. I close my eyes, I see him failing. I can see him missing an open goal. I can see him jump to the sky and if airs it. I don't know.
Would you be saying this last summer?
Yes.
What of the season Osimhen just came off, you'd be saying that still?
I generally have all the concerns of Osimhen.
Really?
I just feel like he's limited. Just to what I've seen him, I feel like if you're not sitting there spamming crosses to him, if you're not sitting there spamming the ball into him, like what does he offer anything else? Like how good is his link up play? How good can he get involved? How good is his finishing? Like in terms of feet finishing, not like
I don't know.
Okay, he can. You know what I mean?
I barely watched him, so
it's okay headering a ball, but we need you on the feet.
Yeah, I can't give you a rundown. I barely watched him, so
yeah,
I'm not an expert in him.
Big up to every single one of you that's joined in from Ahmed's stream. Big up to Ibrahim. Noni out. What's this hate with Noni, bro? I even saw people trying to shit on him because he did some shooting gun bloody covering his face time. Leave the guy alone, man.
Everyone gets on Phil Foden for doing the same thing, don't they? Oh no, they don't.
Yeah, they don't. Oh, big up to you, Adam, man. Big up to you. Only way these deal gets done is if we swap Conte begging Lukaku and he wants Osimhen.
Yeah, I don't know why they just don't do. I don't know why they just don't do this. I don't know why they're insisting on having his transfer fee. I know what it is. It just frustrates me that they passed the PSR, right? So why not just use that? Because you're going to get big money anyway this summer, or loads of money this summer for sales potentially. So why not just factor that in? Why not think about actually getting his wages off the books, which is a lot of money. Still 2 years worth of wages at like 350 a week. That's why I never get. It's like what's about 35 million off.
So it is. You think it's PSR? That's what some people are saying in the chat.
No, I think they want. Yeah, I think they want like. Before there was a PSR window that it wasn't swap. It was a swap deal, but it wasn't because you had to get. Like we'll buy this player, you buy that player. Like we bought Kellyman, they bought
Madsen.
Madsen. Do you know what I mean? It was like separate, like that Juventus swap deal is not really a swap deal because they sold Douglas Luiz for 28 or 22 and then bought the two players in for the whatever price. It's like that essentially. And then we did like the KDH deal. That was one separate deal, and then But I just don't know why they just don't factor that into offering it for Osimhen, because Conte doesn't want Osimhen. Conte literally doesn't want Osimhen. He said, you can tell. It just makes all the sense. But anyway,
Osimhen ain't coming, guys. He's not coming.
Osimhen's not coming.
He's not coming, bro. Chill out. He's not coming. We know. I can tell you who the striker that's coming to this club is already. Meridian is coming to this football club, bro.
Who?
Samuel Meridian from Atletico Madrid is coming to this football club, bro.
Why do you say that?
Already.
Is your microphone near your face?
No, it's on the side actually. There we go. How does it sound now?
There we go. That's better,
yeah. So listen again. Samuel Meridian, in my personal opinion, is the one that's going to come. I think with Osimhen, the issue with him is going to be again. I don't think they're willing to pay his wages. That's what it is. Really comes down to. It's not even the price.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is, bro. Fundamentally, that's when it comes down to it. They're not willing to pay for his price, and allegedly, obviously, they're in for Alvarez right now at Atletico Madrid, and we know the club have made 3 bids for Meridian. We know that Atletico Madrid want Gallagher, and if we're being honest, if Gallagher is going to move anywhere, it's not going to be Tottenham. It's probably going to be somewhere like Atletico Madrid, right? And again, you just do a swap deal for them both, Gallagher for Meridian. Listen, that's all I'm saying to you, bro.
Yeah, but is Osimhen going to price himself out of a move? Is that if
it's not about
no, but it has to be, because if we're going to agree terms with PSG, with Napoli on the deal, and then it comes down to personal terms, and this guy's saying, "Listen, you pay me 300k a week, well, I'm not joining." He's an idiot.
Oh, bro, that's what. But again, listen, maybe that's he feels that's his value. That doesn't mean he's an idiot. That might be. I feel that's my value. I deserve that wage. So,
but at the same time, he's very keen on leaving.
I mean, I'd be very pissed paying a huge amount for Omicron, or whatever his name is, Atletico Madrid. Sounds like a transformer, doesn't he? So I've never heard of him. So I'd be really pissed paying that for him at the moment, because, like I said, I have no anything of him. Do you know what I mean?
Fabrizio again has made it really clear to us, by the way, that again, Chelsea are not willing to pay the 12 million, whatever it's called.
I agree. It's not just the price.
So again, like, you don't just repeat that stuff consistently, every single time, unless that's what the player's asking for. That's all it is. And again, and again, PSG, brother, they don't care. They're PSG. Don't listen. They got Qatari money.
I swear they have to get rid of one of Moani or Ramos.
The reality is, bro, PSG, bro, they don't care, bro. Listen, they don't make stuff happen.
Listen, I'm not. Listen, if PSG are the only one in for you, then fine. But I just sit there and go, and it's really hard to take to go to someone. Yeah, you really shouldn't take 300 grand a week. You should come here and take 180 or something. It's really hard to tell someone that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I would just go. I would just, in some twisted, weird Disney-themed tap on the shoulder and go, yeah, but you can get paid all at PSG, but no one cares. Do you know what I mean? It's just no one cares. It's like that league's barely. I tell you right now, I don't know if I'll watch that league this season. Do you know what I mean? Without Mbappe there. It's not a league worth watching. Let's face it. At the moment,
unless you're really watching the league for talent.
Yeah, it's just Strasbourg, Steve.
Like unless you're watching it for talent, because they usually bring out a good talent. Otherwise,
but look at this. Alvarez just put in Ramos is monitored by Atletico Madrid.
Yeah. So again, look. If anything, that proves the point I make about Meridian even further correct. Because look, they're bringing a striker.
But then they've just sold, but they've also just sold Morata though. So
hey, listen again. Morata is going to be Morata can be sold. Goncalo Ramos will be your star at the team. So
right, but what I'm saying is it doesn't. What I'm saying is it doesn't really. It's not like they're keeping Morata and they're buying Ramos, and you've got
of course,
Abacus, whatever his name is, there. It's literally Morata's going to bring Ramos in, so it's still the same.
Listen.
Situation.
Let me make something clear. Yeah, I don't. People call me Mr. Positive. If you don't criticize, whatnot. Listen, if we sign this Toney I don't even know what his name is.
Never heard anyone call you that.
Amadorian.
I'm not too sure about you being positive.
Who's called you Mr. Positive?
No,
Yeah.
it's not in life. In terms of the Chelsea, you don't criticize.
In terms of Chelsea, I'm
No,
not too sure either.
You don't criticize Bowley, Iqbal, sporting directors. You don't criticize. Listen, let me just hear this one out. Yeah, if we sign this Toney, what Samu, yeah, because the price is ridiculous. By the way, this is not. They want like 50 to 60 million. If we
It's got an 80 million buyout clause.
No. If we buy this guy for this amount of money, lock off the team, bro. Lock off the team.
Right. I remember I thought 32 million for Nico Jackson was too high. Then I heard a little bit about him, but I've heard none and nothing this Toney. 50, 60? No. I don't care what your data.
I think I wouldn't be too surprised, by the way, boys, if they maybe feel like they might put in more money on the left wing. Let's not sign a striker at all.
I never said spend big on Osimhen. I've never said spend big on Osimhen. I understand.
One thing about me, I've not heard what's it called, Safa advocate for Osimhen. Even me, I've not advocated for Osimhen.
Yeah, I can understand it. I can understand it going for him.
I'm low-key good.
Yeah, so again,
I've said in this stream, I'd rather have Toney at 40. You know what I mean?
Again, I would just much rather have, again, Jackson and Kuku, hopefully a fitting Kuku for a season, just like, work for me in that situation at the end of the day. If I can't find a suitable replacement for them, so
there's a replacement, Ahmed, because Osimhen, like, he's not the only option. I'm sorry. I know this thing's got. We mentioned it a little bit, Andrew, telling us the Argentina and what's going on and whatnot. But I'm sorry, Alvarez clearly wants to make a move. He wants to play. He wants to play week in, week out, and we can do that at Chelsea. You step in.
After that stuff, bro. After this stuff, bro, he's not coming to this club, bro. After what happened,
well, that's ridiculous. So why?
Brother, you know why he's not coming to this?
No, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. Leave that to our side for a second, man. Leave that to one side.
No.
What do you mean? You can't leave that to one side.
That is, you can't, bro.
Shit. And that is just sake, man.
So if you think about it, the squad part, let's say a third of the squad, maybe half of the squad, with background of
French background, literally.
French background. Are having a tough time dealing with one Argentinian. Do you know what I mean? Now you want to add another one who probably was on the bus and singing as well, so it's not on video.
He's on video too, by the way. He's next to Enzo.
Oh, he's next to him. You're right. He's next to him. Yeah. So literally, you've got one, and then you've got 1A. Do you know what I mean? You've got literally both of them sitting together. So I don't think it will happen somehow.
Exactly.
Oh, so again, that's annoying.
So again, he's off the list. The thing about Toney is, I think I can't remember who the source was. Apparently, the issue of Toney is not even the price tag for him. Apparently,
the price tag's 40 million.
So the price tag's not the issue. It's actually the wage that is demand that's putting off a lot of teams. Apparently, which
is mad because he's only on what's he on, like 30, 40k or something.
You have to wonder what is he asking for.
Let's just say 40k. Let's just say 40k.
You have to wonder what is he asking for that's like putting clubs off from him. Like he must be
asking. Ziad reckons it's 250
minimum.
If he's asking for 250, then that makes sense. Because I'm like, bro, I'm sorry, with all due respect.
But if we go to him and go, say 30, 40k, even if we say, we'll offer you 150, 180 in car bonus, we have to go. If you think about it, if you realistically think about it, you go, bro, you're just coming off a year's ban. Well, sorry, nearly a year's ban. When you came back, you hardly lit up the Premier League. You got like 4 goals. Yeah, everyone praised you at the Euros. You did okay. You scored a no-look penalty, essentially. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, so we'll offer you 180 and then we'll incentivize it by your goal bonuses being whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Because remember, we know with Stanley's obsessed with this guy. Apparently, he was even phoning this guy up. Apparently, while he was Toney. Stanley's like obsessed with Toney. Remember?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So why don't we go to him? So we're offering you literally 5-6 times what you're already making, with incentives. And if you get us to the Champions League, your wages go up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They go up. They're incentivized. So actually, it's what football fans want in contracts. Incentivized. If you're not in the Champions League competition, you're not getting Champions League wages. Help us get there, and you'll see a big, massive boost in your wages. It's like that.
Yeah. I do find it a bit weird. I know the Euros has been going on. England went quite far, but I do find it weird how there hasn't been very concrete.
There's also listen. They might not want. There's a gambling thing going on. Let's be honest. Do you know what I mean? They might not. They might.
These options all got issues like that we can't control. This is annoying, man.
The reality is, bro. You know, PR is important, bro, for any club.
Yeah, good PR.
Exactly.
Good PR.
You want good PR is important, bro. You don't want to have bad PR like some of the stuff that's happened to us right now.
So we go from like dealing with the Enzo situation, and then we go. And I don't really care about it. If he does, as long as he doesn't gamble in his own football matches, that's fine.
Exactly, yeah.
You know? And then we go, oh yeah, then we start Ivan Toney. Some people, not me, and I think it's ridiculous with their reaction, but some people are gonna.
Bro, it's football, man. We're here to play football. Fuck this guy's
gambling. But the problem is
football has changed, bro. Football has changed.
Football's all about image. Football's all about imagery. Your club is a brand. It's all about branding. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be able to sell. It's got to be able to. Do you think?
Remember, football is a business.
Football is a business. We're needing a shirt sponsor as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah, there was even news on that as well. Apparently, Bali wants a Saudi company, whatever. But apparently, he's worried about backlash, like he got with Steak.
But he wouldn't get. I don't think he'd get.
I was going to ask, what would be the backlash? What would be the backlash with Saudi?
Obviously, they could say human rights issues, stuff like that. Yeah.
But ironically, I don't think they get much of a backlash. The Steak one.
I thought again, the Steak one made sense because you were advocating against what Steak were doing, and then you had them as a shirt sponsor, which was ironic.
Yeah,
that was the issue.
I even found that strange. It was like.
I swear they were on Everton. Steak were done Everton.
They were Everton's, yeah. They were Everton's. Yeah.
The thing is, we had an anti-kid gambling campaign going on, and then
that's true. Yeah, that'd be a wrong message. I understand that, but
yeah, that was the issue.
They didn't have that, then you know.
They would probably lose out on a lot of customers as well.
Yeah,
like again, a lot of people wouldn't buy the kit.
Again, I think with the Saudi stuff, you'd probably get a lot less backlash because of the fact that there's nothing. What's it called?
Well, did these people backlash when we sold players to the Saudi League?
That was only like Gary Neville, literally. No one else.
No. I mean, like just any If it's outside of Chelsea, doesn't matter. If it's inside Chelsea,
no one would know, because that's the thing. Like no one in Chelsea, literally, I don't think was like getting angry about it. The thing about the gambling thing, yeah. So
I'm saying it's Chelsea fans getting upset about it, but then you were okay with us selling players to the league. Then you have nothing to stand on in terms of complaining. Because you're okay with us doing business with them, selling players to them, but you know.
Yeah, I mean this sponsorship is another, you could say, quote unquote touchy subject, because we all saw the reaction last summer on the Steak. I wasn't happy with it because I know I wouldn't buy a shirt that had gambling stuff on it.
Just the gambling stuff, bro. There's a lot of stuff that they do that's just not right. Anyway.
And in terms of, you could say, I don't know. Yeah, maybe Riyadh Air and whatnot, but
Riyadh Air apparently it's not happening because they're not offering the money that the club want.
Yeah, that's the problem as well.
At the same time, I'm the only one that couldn't give 5 shits about. Get the owners out. We haven't got a shirt sponsor for the first game of the season, bro. Give it a rest, man. Who cares? I don't really care, because guess what? We didn't have one for about a month of last season, and we still secured a 40 million deal. So
I think that's what they're looking for, 40 and 45, and they're just
looking
for
40 to 45.
Like silly things to cry about. Silly things to cry about.
Which is it's mad that no one's taken up because it's the most watched league in the world. So it's like,
yeah.
I think the issue is that I think maybe they're not willing to give that a price because of the fact we're not in UCL. That's the thing that's harming us more so than anything else, I would say.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be that surprised. We're owned by Saudi Arabia anyway. So.
Yeah, big up to every single one of us in the chat, man. Make sure we like, subscribe, man. Show some love to the channel. We are on the road to 2K, ladies and gentlemen, man. Show some love to the channel. We've got Casualty's link in the description. Ahmed's link in the description. Show them some love as well, man. Big up to Richard Moneymakers. Big up the legends on the panel. We are not going for Toney because of his wages demands. Over 220k a week. Everyone hit the like and subscribe. Big up to you. There we go. 200, like, but like I said earlier, is he gonna say, give me 220k a week, or I'm not coming, or you're gonna use your brain, accept 150, 180, and make a move to Chelsea.
The thing
Like,
also
why-
you need to realize this is probably going to be his final big contract. Isn't he like, how old is he? 28, 29?
It's going to be his only big contract. It's going to be his only big contract.
Exactly. Exactly. It could be his only big contract. You know what I mean?
By the way,
guaranteed the Saudi money or that money, that's money.
United won't pay that either. United will not pay him 220 a week.
Exactly.
Otherwise, if they do, all their fans can shut up about them changing their thing. If the Man United fans are like, oh, yeah, it's all changed, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, then they're not going to sign over. They're not going to pay Ivan Toney 220 a week. Now, he might drop his wages for United, maybe, because they're in Europa League and stuff. But I don't know why we just don't say, yeah, like you say, 180, and then the goal bonuses are this. And by the way, if you score enough goals and get us fourth or whatever, third, then your wages go up. It's like you're getting paid, like I said, you're getting paid 5 or 6 times more than you're on right now. Or 4 to 6 times more than you're on right now. I mean, you're having a major, and you're not even coming off a good season.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's really on your reputation of the season before, not the season went past, the season before that.
Especially if you put that incentive of saying, listen, the more goals you score, the more money you get. It's as simple as that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As simple as that. Someone's an athlete. I'm sure that's something that's going to push you forward, that's going to motivate you, knowing that if I do well, I score more. I don't only get, a good reputation and whatnot. I also get more money, which I'm sure he loves. Everyone loves. Zidane scored the winner in the UCL final. Madrid had no sponsor all season long. We ain't even that big to be complaining about everything. I just feel like I find it funny when people you can shit on the board and the owners for transfer markets and transfer deals and whatnot, but crying about our stadium and crying about our bloody shirt sponsor, like, really? Do they think getting or building a new stadium or finding a location for a new stadium, it happens overnight? Or even doing a shirt sponsor, like, who gives a shit? Honestly, I don't understand.
One thing I will say is that we need to realize next season there's going to be a wage cap. By the way, in the EPL, there's going to be a fundamental wage cap that's going to happen, which means that what's it called? Yeah, whatever money you're making, I think it's going to be revenue to wage. I think it's 80% or something like that. That's going to be the wage cap. That's going to be happening similar to La Liga, which is going to hamper a lot of clubs. So I feel like a lot of EPL sides now, we've seen it of us and about how we've kind of structured our wage structure. Even now, you're seeing it with like the way who's the other club that I'm thinking about that does this too? Liverpool, to an extent, have also been doing this for a while, even though it's because of the fact that they're Liverpool and you don't have the money. But that stuff is coming in soon. So you need to have a wage structure that works for you, even at the top level.
Yeah. I mean, Adam's saying that you got guys fighting over the penalty kicks again. Listen, that's something that should be put in stone very early from the jump. Who is your penalty taker? Anyone that complains, you're getting benched.
That was literally on. By the way, that's literally on Poch. By the way, he should have made sure that's it. One person, that's it.
And I would probably give it to Ivan Toney anyway. If Ivan Toney comes in, I would make him the penalty taker. As much as Palmer's been good or not, you can say Ivan Toney is just as good as Palmer at taking penalties. He's a striker, goals, confidence, whatnot. That's the way I see it anyway. What do you call it? A lot of people at the club don't want Omorodian, but when Stanley wants him according to my contact. Listen, this Omorodian, Donny, if we get anywhere near him, for that kind of money, that's when we've got a massive problem. But in terms of strikers, that's about it. We're gonna have to see. I think it all links together in a way. Osimhen, is he gonna price himself out of a move if PSG even agree with deal with Napoli? If we agree with Napoli, Toney as well. We agree a fee with Brentford, but he sticks to his wage demands. We're gonna figure that one out and see. Only the future will tell. But in terms of wingers, of course, Chelsea are very, very keen on signing a winger. Mudryk and Sterling on the left are not ideal. It was originally Elise, and Chelsea woke up and saw the light that we actually need a left winger more. N.Williams, the dream signing for Chelsea. Neto, I don't know where this guy's come from, but Neto from Wolves apparently is on the list. People are going to say now, N.Williams is not going to happen. Ahmed, you're going to tell me that?
I don't know, man. I think I think it can happen. I think what's gonna happen. I think with him, it's gonna depend on if he really wants to go to Barcelona. And like the way the last two tweets like Fabrizio reported, kind of like contradictory because he was like, the Barcelona are wary of Premier League clubs, and then the other one is like Barcelona are currently negotiating with Nico Williams with what our Premier League clubs are making contact. So essentially, like he's got conflicting reports, or whoever his Barca sources is giving him conflicting reports. So I think for me, there's probably EPL clubs that are negotiating with him, and there's Barca clubs. Barca's also negotiating with him. I think if he goes to Barca, he has to take a wage cut. All of us here know about that. Literally, Barcelona are currently literally in massive financial trouble. They didn't win any trophies last season, which means they have even less money to spend. All of the levers that they pulled and sold TV rights, their own TV rights, their own, what's it called, movie show, everything above. So again, there is a big chance there. It's just about whether or not Chelsea are willing to do it. And the thing I've been hearing from Fabrizio all this time was the wages, if I'm not mistaken, right, guys? Yeah. He's been saying the wages. So, which has confused me the most because I was like, what do you mean the wages? Because you were telling me last week there's an issue with the wages, but now you're telling me there's clubs lurking around. There's Chelsea are lurking around, and you're getting athletic reports saying Barcelona are very unlikely to be able to get him. And then I'm hearing Chelsea are well positioned and have done the groundwork of the player too. So it's like I'm really confused. I don't know if it's gonna happen or if it's not gonna happen. But if it again, his release cost is cheap, by the way, guys. 42 million release cost for a player of his quality who literally.
Maybe that though they're willing to bend on the wages because, like you said, the buyout clause is so cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Maybe like they are. Let's hope they are. Yeah.
It's like 45 million. They'll go. Yeah. We're not paying. Usually for a player this type, we'd have to pay about 70, 80 million upwards plus the wages.
Okay. And one thing I want to make clear, and I feel like a lot of Chelsea fans need to understand, you can buy players, by the way, while a player trying to sell is still trying to be sold, by the way. You can, I don't understand this ideology. We need to get Lukaku off the books first before we bring someone else in. We can buy this guy and then get Lukaku off the books afterwards. It's not necessarily an either-or thing. You can do both things at the same time. It doesn't mean you lose your position in the market at all.
Okay, what I want to say in terms of Williams still, I think I mentioned it earlier. It's a good thing that we've monitored him from last season. It's not just last season. Last summer. It's not based off what he done in the Euros. It's not based on what he done in the last few months. So that's a good thing. But I had this conversation with someone earlier. Is there a point of getting someone now? There's not necessarily Williams. Whatever left winger it may be. Is there a point when we've got Sterling on the books, we've got Mudryk on the books already on the left wing? We know Sterling's not leaving and Mudryk's not leaving. So you're going to bring in another player. You're going to bring another player in, Ahmed, yeah? So that's 3 left wingers.
Yeah, can we be honest though? Can we be honest about before we talk about that? I'm going to talk about Nico. Then I'm going to be a bit more honest.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Nico Williams, for example, his breakout season was not even this year. It was the season before when he had 6 goals and 5 assists. This season, he's even improved further, 5 goals and 14 assists. Right, so he's actually improved as a player. Back-to-back seasons. He's a good player. I don't think we're buying him because of the fact that he's a name. I think we're buying him because the club have specifically said they want a needle mover. And Nico Williams is a needle mover. That guy has the potential to be a world-class player. So for me personally, I don't necessarily think that we're just buying him because of a name. If you're buying him because of a name, then that would be Pedro Neto, for example, in my personal opinion.
Pedro.
Yeah,
Pedro Neto. People talk about injury records. Have you seen it?
Exactly.
Since he got that terrible knee injury.
I was just about to bring it up.
I think he missed like half the season last year.
20 games played in the league this season, by the way.
I love this. No chance.
I think for me, if we're being honest, boys and girls, do you trust Raheem Sterling anymore? Do you have any belief in him? I don't have belief in him.
The point is here, though. The point is he's here.
Brother, but the thing is, you know you can't move on Sterling though. You already know you can't move on Sterling.
Well, exactly. So we have to deal with it.
So what's the point? So then what? So because we can't move in, does that mean we're forced to play him week in, week out? We shouldn't be having.
The point is, you're gonna bring someone in. By the way, I don't necessarily disagree with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate because it's not a totally bad point to say. Listen, yes, we got a lot of games, but we have 2 left wingers. Mudryk needs to play. Okay, are we gonna we bring in 3 wingers, 3 left wingers?
But again, we have to be honest with ourselves. Has Mudryk listen? I know Mudryk's had bright moments, but Mudryk has not proved himself at all. He's not.
Mudryk doesn't need to play. Nico Williams is there.
Exactly.
Okay, but then that's what if you bring in Nico Williams, what does that mean for Mudryk? Sterling.
I feel like it means for Mudryk, it's time to get your act up.
Loan for Mudryk.
Again, you can say loan for Mudryk, but I think it more so means with Sterling, he will understand what his position is after that. But I think for me,
Sterling will stay.
Yeah, I think for me, it will probably mean that Mudryk will have to get his act up, and he knows that, bro. That's why he cut his holiday in half. He knows.
Mudryk, by the way, Mudryk is not like Mudryk is someone that's back from the club. They've bloody given him the number 10 shirt after him having 3 bright spells. But then, so this loan thing, that's not happening. The same way Sterling's not leaving. So
that's what I'm saying. That's why I
here's
said
another idea then. How about you earn your place in the squad, and then when you're given a chance, you make a real positive impact.
Exactly. He did that last season. At times last season, he tried. He did that, and then
give him the cup, give him League Cup games, give him.
But then you're expecting him to perform off odd games.
Hey,
off scraps.
But that's what the. But listen. But listen.
Well, why? I don't understand. I don't understand this need to. He's failed
so far.
Yeah, so
if you can bring, season, he hasn't shown anything. Yeah,
if you can bring Nico Williams in and Nico Williams hits the ground running, then I'm sorry. Or if there's a chance to bring Nico Williams, I don't really care if it hurts Mudryk's feelings, or what people think. People need to really get their head around that. Maybe Mudryk, who's approaching 24, not a youngster, he's not 18 or 19, he's going to be 24. Is not it. Even with his playing for Ukraine. Shit. He was
again,
and don't tell me but he was tired. He barely played. You know what I mean? He's rubbish. Let's face it, we got bamboozled. Our owners got bamboozled over comps and Arsenal fans bigging him up for some reason. Do you know what I mean? He's rubbish.
Again, if we're being honest, boys.
18 months. I think 18 months is fair enough, but I mean, you can point out a fair point of he's had a few good managers, a few managers. Yeah, that's fine, but maybe because he's on a long contract, maybe loan him out for a couple of years. You know what I mean? Let him get away from the big club limelight. Let him establish his game, his fundamentals, and then come back and see what happens.
I think for me, Ziad, I think another good point also is that listen, you can just make it out. Listen, this is a 3-way opportunity. You, Sterling, and Mudryk, whoever's going to be the starter. You know what I mean? Show us that you've got value. If you're good enough, you would show yourself in training. The moment you're given a chance, you would do a job.
I think you can do that with 2 wingers competing for a spot. But
and the thing about Sterling
is 3 wingers.
The thing about Sterling, by the way, is also if we're being honest, Sterling can also play on the right wing. It's not really a matter of the fact that Mudryk is not Sterling's just not a left winger. He can also be a right winger for you if need be. So there's still enough spots for him, to compete upon on either side at the end of the day.
I don't know. I think you look at Mudryk hasn't shown anything to why we should not be signing Williams. If Mudryk was an amazing player, guaranteed starter, I don't think Williams would even be a subject right now. But the point is, both our current left wingers are being useless. Yeah, exactly. They've been absolutely useless. Apart from Sterling's a couple games at the start of the season, the guy has been useless. I do have a slight little this might be a wild take, but a slight feeling that this guy is going to perform purely because of Maresca. Purely because of work. It could be, but I'm just saying purely because working with Maresca, with Man City and whatnot, and in an actual team that's based on pure tactics and not what Poch was doing, which was nothing, which of course affected Mudryk as well.
He gets a tune out of Mudryk. You can give him manager of the year right there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the thing, is he going to be able to get tune out of Mudryk if Williams is there? If Williams is there.
I don't know. I think
so. It's 3 left wingers. Is 3 left wingers not a lot,
bro? You got the Conference League, bro. The Conference League's gonna be paid. There's gonna be
a lot. It's not a lot if you're playing 4-3-3. No, it's not.
No, but if you're playing, but then you
got. If you're playing 4-3-3, you need anywhere from 4 to 5 wide players. It's not a lot.
So if you're playing 4-3-3, you've got Palmer, Noni, Mudryk, Sterling, and what's his face? And Williams. So that's 5 players for 2 spots.
But again, as I've said before, guys, there's a lot of games still to be played this year. So he can play in a lot of games. That's the point I'm trying to make. He can play in the FA Cup games if you need him to. You got the Conference League, as I said before. That's going to be quite a few games to play now. Because it's not like a table. It's going to be a table stuff now for him. So you can play in that too.
Look,
there's a lot.
Ahmed, that's scraps, bro. That's scraps.
Brother, that's what his level is right now.
You're telling Mudryk play once every 4 weeks and it perform.
Yep.
I said, yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Brother, listen. This is Chelsea, bro. You know, this is not. What's it called?
I'm saying, yeah.
We need to realize that, bro. Like, if we're being honest and we say we want to bring in the best in talent and want to provide the best opportunity to do stuff, we gave him that for 18 months and he's not done anything. 18 months we gave him and he didn't give us anything. Let's be realistic, bro.
Yeah. This is what I agree in terms of I don't think we should quote unquote hinder our squad and not sign a player that's better than what we currently have just because we pray Sterling and Mudryk may perform. Right. Then guess what? Williams is most likely leaving this summer. If he stays, different story. But he's probably leaving. And the next season we have the same issue with our current 2 left wingers who are shit. And we need to get a new one. And then what? What are we stuck with? Spending 100 million on Kucurella or Liao. You can't pause for hoping. This is not Brentford, bro.
Ziad, being up the last comment, I think the last comment says it best, by the way. Like, again,
you can't bring in raw talent and treat them that way. If he wasn't a veteran, it would be different.
That's what I'm saying to you. Like, the thing is with Mudryk, Mudryk's a raw talent. You can treat him that way because he's not honed. He's not ready. That's the whole point, bro.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. He's raw talent.
I'll treat him that way when I saw him do a performance at Bernabeu. So for me, he's not a raw talent at all. Where is that Mudryk? Where's that Mudryk? Don't say he's a raw talent. He was balling out in the Bernabeu in the Champions League.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but if he's a raw talent, doesn't that mean he needs to play as much as possible?
He's not a raw talent. He's 24.
Okay, but I'm saying if he's got improving to,
he hasn't got it. He's basically Werner. With less goal contributions. That's what he is. He's a pace merchant.
But listen. If he needs a run of games to do something, how is he going to get those run of games with Nico Williams there?
Well, he needs to. I don't care. I really don't care. I think you spent far too long talking about how Mudryk's good. I don't care. Mudryk's crap.
You know what? I feel like
why are we worried about Mudryk's minutes?
Yeah.
I couldn't give a fine.
I think me and Oliver are just being a bit more realistic, and a bit more harsher. Reality is, bro, he's not showing anything for us and the last 2 seasons, and it's time to bring in someone new. It's really as simple as that, bro. Him and Sterling, bro. And again, in my personal opinion, by the way, with Sterling, and I've seen a lot of people try to say that he's going to do well this season, everything like that. I don't really see Sterling having the desire to do so. What is Sterling desire to be able to do what he needs, to be able to go out there and do stuff he needs to do?
You know, it's a raw talent. Palmer's a raw talent. Palmer was a raw talent.
Exactly.
And hardly played less minutes in the Premier League than Mudryk had. And look what he did. He came into a chaotic place. And look what he did. Nico Jackson's a raw talent. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Look what he did. So this raw talent thing, nah. You know what I mean? It's not raw talent. He's just rubbish.
Yeah.
We're okay calling other players at other teams rubbish. Like Anthony at Man United, he's rubbish. We don't say he's a raw talent. He's rubbish. Do you know what I mean?
I don't necessarily agree. I think the overarching point is that you can't pause from building your team and signing the better players out there, just because you want to, you want Mudryk to improve or you want him to do something. Because at the end of the day, yes, we could sit and say it's Poch. He was useless. A lot of the players were useless. He had no tactics. But a lot of the games Mudryk played last season, which was more than enough to show something, he didn't do anything.
Yeah, but why does it sound like we are? Why does it sound like you're arguing against us, but you're just saying what we are?
No. I said Andrew. I said it.
It just sounds like
I said at the start, you have to play devil's advocate sometimes. You have to play devil's advocate.
You didn't say you would play devil's advocate. That's
I
the
did.
thing.
I said Ahmed.
Look,
VAR it, man. I did.
Muy interesante, mate. Muy interesante.
We're just literally
man.
summarizing what we're saying.
No, VAR it, man. VAR. I said, Ahmed, listen, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but you got to look at two sides of the story. You brought in Mudryk, given him number 10, a lot of money. We know he needs improving. And instead of giving him consistent game time, you sign another player. That's all I said. I don't necessarily agree with that, but it's devil's advocate. Big up to every single one who's locked in, man. Make sure you guys are like, subscribe, and show some love to the channel. I saw a question in the chat. There we go. Question: what number would Mudryk have to hit?
I feel like he needs a Jackson season.
It's not all about numbers.
He needs to know how to make a 2-yard pass, link up play, not fall over himself, like know how to position himself. Like it's not even about stats right now. It's really not.
It's not.
I'm just asking for him to be competent. Just to be a competent footballer. That's what I'm asking for you. Competence is what I'm asking for.
How about when he comes onto the pitch as a sub, your initial gut feeling isn't, you know what I mean? How about that? How about remove that? Do you know what I mean? Or, no, Mudryk's coming on. Or Mudryk started, you know.
And to be fair, I did say earlier that you want him to play and perform off scraps. I think you saw Noni do that.
Right, that's a very good.
You know, Noni on scraps got 7 goals in the league for us this season.
Man. Exactly, yeah, that's a very good point.
For a second, the guy performed very well.
No,
I'm just saying. But like, the point I'm trying to even make is that even from a statistical standpoint, from a lack of minutes, Noni was still producing for us. That's the point.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's the issue I've always had.
Right.
Yeah. Big up to you, Jerry. Big up to you, man.
Big up to my guy Jerry, man.
Yeah. And you did mention Pedro Neto's injury record, which I mean, it's not.
Oh yeah, bring this up.
It is.
I know he had a horrific injury like 2 years ago or something like that. Like dislocated kneecap or something.
So last season he had 2 hamstring injuries, which made him miss basically half the season.
That's it. That's the knee injury one. That's the big one. April 21 to Feb. That's the one I think he had dislocated kneecap or something like that.
That's literally 4 months that he's been out. Literally a whole 4 months he was out of the league.
But to be fair, he missed that. I mean, he went a year without getting injured, which is good. Wait, what? No, I'm bugging. He actually didn't.
No, he went.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, ankle injury. Look at that ankle injury. Kept him out for a long time as well. So.
Yeah, but listen, you guys might. I know Ahmed knows. I'm very specific with these injuries. I don't like to see ankle injury. What the fuck is it like? Can you be more specific? Transfer market, please. Like, I need to know what this knee injury.
By the way, the gap for his knee injury is ACL. But that knee injury is ACL. By the way,
that's the ACL.
Last year he did his ACL. By the way, and then he had 2 seasons completely out. That he literally did not play. That's why he came back to last season.
Are you sure? 100% sure it's ACL?
Yeah, bro, it's ACL. I'm 100% sure because I watched him before then. So I liked him back then. I was thinking maybe Chelsea should go and get him then because he was like I remember it was him. Was it called the guy in midfield? You know what I mean? They had Raul Jimenez was good that season too. They had another guy as well. Adama Traore was there.
Potence.
No, Potence happened a bit afterwards. It was another like Portuguese guy they had that I forget that they had also.
Ruben Neves.
Yeah, so they had like a bunch of like they were actually hot. That was like I think that was the season after they got promoted. So it wasn't the first season they got promoted to the league. It was the second season.
It's a very risky, and seeing as we are conducting and put that on and change some of our medical stuff.
Yes, Jota, yeah. Thank you. I forgot it was Jota. Yeah, they had Jota too. So like, they were.
Yeah, that season. Yeah, I'd stay clear of him for his injury record alone. Plus, they want some ridiculous fee for him as well. It's like 60 million or something.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it even fits the profile we're looking for because apparently it is a right-footed
left winger.
Yeah,
it's a new in thing now that all the wingers have to be the opposite foot, which doesn't really help. But you know,
yeah, we shall see.
Especially when you're trying to counter attack, you know.
We shall see what happens. I do pray in the next couple of days news just start to pick up because I'm sick of if buts monitoring. Is it happening or not? So giving us headache.
Think about Chelsea. Go ahead,
I don't think there'll be a lot of incomings between now and the end of the window anyway.
Well, I mean, striker left winger, surely.
I think if you're gonna hear any news, it'll probably be on the left winger first. It'll be the left winger first before striker.
Well, it'd be Enzo's being sold. That would be the big news.
Oh, fucking hell, bro.
No. Honestly, he might be loaned out, man. I'm very honest. I'll be very serious on that one. He might be loaned out, man.
Hey, did Napoli want him?
So yeah, he might be loaned out. Honestly, I can see the loan thing happening with him.
Hey, see if Napoli want him for Osimhen. You know what I mean?
Same.
Whoa,
Whoa! Hey!
My God!
Hey.
Let's just stop there, man. Let's just stop there. We're not doing that, bro. We're not doing that. Anyone watching Esteval?
No,
bro. Come on, man. I'm just waiting for someone to tweet about him scoring or something. That's about it.
How about we offer Enzo? How about we offer Enzo to Porto for Diogo Costa and see what happens?
No way that's happening.
Straight up swap. And actually, I'd give him 20 million as well. How about we do that?
No.
Why not?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not.
Why not? I don't understand.
Yes.
I would go to Real Madrid, and I would say
in the CDM right now. By the way,
I would go. I would do this to Real Madrid. I would say, we'll give you Enzo plus 70 million for Vinicius Junior, and see what they say. They don't care about racist players. They're fine over there.
You know what it is? You know what it is, bro? If he does, by the way, get on loan or get slightly moved on, you do need a deep line playmaker, by the way. Deep line playmaker.
Bro, there's no way in hell this guy gets sold or loaned out.
So hey, all I'm saying is, man, you're gonna need someone to play that 6 role. And I don't know.
Andre
Santos.
Right. Did you read his quote?
A lot of pressure on the young guy. A lot of pressure on the young guy, though. That's the point.
There's loads of young guys there.
So. Yeah, if you want to get rid of Enzo, just put Enzo and
I know Enzo's not leaving. By the way, I know he's not leaving.
Yeah, it's not happening, man. Let him he said sorry. Let him get his fine. Let him get his couple match ban or whatever.
No, just ban him for 3 months.
Yeah, ban him for 9 years, bro. Whatever. Anyway, man, ladies and gentlemen, big ups to every single one of you that's locked in, man. Make sure you guys are subscribing on your way out. If you're watching on the replay, make sure you're subscribing. Show some love to Andrew, Winter Surfer, and Ahmed. Links are in the description for Casually and The Bridge.
I don't want their love.
Sorry?
I don't want their love.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem, man. We shall see what happens in the next couple of days in Chelsea. Hopefully, news picks up. Concrete news on Williams or something, man. Are we going to make our minds up on Osimhen? Is Toney going to wake up? Or these my too busy on holiday after a failure of the Euros, man? We'll see. Well, big up to every single one.
Too many for Enzo. Oh, Camavinga for Enzo. We'll do that. Yeah.
Nah, man.
How about that? Do you like that one? Camavinga for. Let's do that.
Mbappe, man.
Big up to my guy Terrier, by the way. Big up to my guy Terrier for Rennes. He's on his way to buy Leverkusen.
Who?
He got himself a demo player. Terrier from Rennes. He's going to buy Leverkusen.
What's his name?
Terrier.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that? You know damn well who I am. Who the fuck is that? Oh my God.
Listen, when he's cooking for buy Leverkusen,
I don't know who that is, bro. I don't know.
I don't be
Terrier Russell. Terrier Russell, is that who it is?
Fair enough.
No?
Listen, man. I don't know who that is, Ahmed, bro. What position
no
is
one.
At least?
He's a left winger. He's actually a left winger striker.
Why did we sign him then?
Because we were actually about to sign him, but he tore his ACL actually, sadly. That's why.
Oh, so you're advocating for someone that's got an ACL.
There we go.
But he returned this season. He was active, bro, effective.
Yeah. Anyway, what I will say is that we shall be redirecting to Mr.
Jacob.
Gooey?
Due, whatever his name is.
Desiree Due.
Ahmed, you want Due, right?
I wanted Due, by the way, as my left winger too. That's another one, man. Oh,
it's an over until it's over, Ahmed, bro.
And you know what? No, he rejected us apparently. He's already rejected us apparently.
How about we offer Enzo for Due?
You know what makes it crazy as well? He's going to Bayern. You know, Bayern, yeah, they're actually taking that L so seriously. You know, they're about to get Javi Simmons. They're about to get
There's
Desiree.
no way in life they're signing Javi Simmons, Dewey, and Elise in one window.
Yes, they are, bro.
Simmons is on loan. Simmons will be on loan.
The loan of obligation will be a loan of obligation.
This is what happens. Bayern are doing this because Thomas Tuchel embarrassed them last season. So, you know.
Oh, Poch embarrassed us though, bro. Like, what's going on? What going for that, man?
Thomas Tuchel embarrassed Bayern Munich.
Off the line. You know what I mean?
Thomas Tuchel embarrassed Bayern Munich. He stopped an 11-year gravy train of trophies.
Ahmed, we both know right here, man. If they get Xavi Simmons and whatever that Dewey, it only means one thing, man. Only means one thing.
What's that?
Tell, bro.
Trying to find your video.
Noah's not leaving the club. He's not leaving.
Tell, man.
Tell's not leaving. He's like the second.
Of course he is.
He's gonna be.
Flashback.
No,
Tell's gonna be the striker for that team. Tell will be the striker.
Or he doesn't have to play out wide anymore. He just has to. He can just come on and play centrally.
Remember, Kane is probably gonna leave that club in the next 2 years. Yeah, after King leaves, he's the number one guy that's there. Literally, striker, Musiala behind him, Olise, and then Dewey on the left. That's an attack rebuilt.
Paulinho in midfield.
Alright, listen, man. We're getting that Brazilian Donny, man. It's okay.
Who?
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Mac-
He's about to say Esteval.
No, Mech. We're getting
Mac and cheese.
There we go. Mac and cheese.
Big man's the young.
Listen, man. Look on the bright side. We might sign N.Williams and Ivan Toney. Look at the bright side.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Look at the bright side. It's not over until it's over, man. It's not over until it's over. But yes, big up to every single one of you locked in, man. Big up to you, rich money makers. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing. We are going to head over to Jacob. Yeah, United Spurs of America. So make sure you're liking, subscribing. I'm Ziad Raid in there.
Boo him.
And yeah,
Boo
show
him.
him some love. Don't boo him. Don't do that.
Tell him 4-1. Tell him 4-1, man. Tell him 4-1. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 4-1. Big up to every single one of you, man.
Spurs are shit.